On March 28, 2022, officers from the Sunrise Police Department were dispatched in response to multiple 911 calls. The calls claimed that Wyatt Yeager, a TikTok user better recognized as Icy Wyatt, had exhibited reckless driving behavior and assaulted another driver with a pistol in a Chick-fil-A parking lot. Subsequent events were recorded by the officers' body cameras.
To get back in the car, stop blocking traffic. You literally was at someone else's car, talking to them, banging on their window.
I think they called too.
Yeah, woman in the car. Like beating on the window. I was like, come on, man, get back in the car. Go about your day. He goes, oh, look you, this and that. I got a gun, all this. I'm like, okay, whatever. He cuts us off right here.
Okay.
He threw the drink at me, so I got out of the truck, obviously. Once I got out, he walks back into his car, he grabs his gun, points it at me.
While the officers were in the process of interviewing the individuals who had reported the incident, Mr. Yeager himself dialed 911 to provide his perspective on the situation. He recounted the events. The officers subsequently acquired Mr. Yeager's contact information and requested a meeting with him.
Like that crazy.
While the officers questioned the alleged victims, Mr. Yeager also called 911 about the situation.
I just pulled over because somebody tried to kill me in the car.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
This truck came up and tried to cut me off, so I pulled over to the next lane, and again, he's trying to swerve into my lane and tries to hit the car. So I stopped the vehicle, and he gets right in front of me. They stopped the car right in front of me, dead stop, so that I almost hit them. And they get out of the car like they're ready to fight. And then I had 4 guys jump out the car and say,
Did they hurt you, sir?
They did not hurt me because I had a gun.
No. Okay, and did you put the gun back in the case, or you still have it in your hand?
I just opened the glove box and I said, do you guys really want to with me right now?
However, Mr. Yeager declined to meet unless he had legal representation present. Eventually, the officers located Mr. Yeager as he was departing from his residence. Approaching the scene with their firearms drawn, they instructed him put the car in park. Mr. Yeager asserted that during his arrest, the officers neglected to inform him of his Miranda rights.
Put the car in park. Let's go. Put it in park. All right. Put both your hands out the window.
Put your hands out the window.
I don't know who I am.
Nope.
Get out of the car. Keep your hands up.
I can't take the seatbelt out.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Do it now. Lay down on the ground.
I know my rights.
Get on the ground.
Get on the ground, you're gonna get tased. Get on the ground, you're gonna get tased. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Oh.
In his defense, Mr. Yeager argued that the officers were not authorized to seize his phone. He further maintained that they would require video evidence to substantiate his arrest, as he possessed multiple witnesses who would vouch for his version of events. Mr. Yeager's girlfriend, Mazing Usher, who is also recognized by the online alias More Amazing, asserted that Mr. Yeager's action of pistol whipping the other driver was undertaken as an act of self-defense against an imminent attack, given the situation at hand.
Situation that nobody helped him with. I guess he called someone.
He called 911 and then he went all the way back here instead of meeting with us.
Yes, he came home after being attacked by 2 hillbilly crazy people in a truck.
But he pistol whipped them over the top of their head.
Because they attacked him.
On March 31st, 2022, Mr. Yeager posted on Twitter alleging that the Sunrise County Police and Broward County Ambulance had ambushed him in his neighborhood. He claimed they arrived at his house after he had sought help for a road rage incident earlier that day using force at gunpoint. He also stated he didn't assault a police officer, but that his phone was forcibly taken from him, leading to accusations of battery.
Well, if they got pistol whipped with a gun, then they're victims.
Okay.
Yes, we are going to.
And he's a victim of being attacked while driving. They were speeding in front of him. So you guys not aware of like the whole story?
We heard that there was some kind of a road rage incident that started it, but
I was aware that like multiple people hung up on his call when trying to call for assistance from these crazy drivers.
I called him myself, actually.
Oh yeah, we heard you on the phone trying to like find his home to just like show up. Wonderful.
Well, to talk to him about what happened.
Okay. So I'll just follow you guys and see you there. Thank you.
Mr. Yeager shared TikTok videos about the incident, but his account has been removed since. In an overall assessment of the Sunrise officers' actions, they receive a C+ grade. While some officers acted professionally, others engaged in antagonistic dialogue. Excessive force was used in some instances, causing injuries to Mr. Yeager. The motivations behind some actions seemed retaliatory due to his conduct. The officers also failed to administer Miranda warnings before questioning Mr. Yeager, potentially affecting the admissibility of his statements in court. On the other hand, Mr. Yeager is criticized for his disrespectful behavior during the encounter and for not utilizing his right to remain silent. While video evidence of the alleged altercation is lacking, footage showed Mr. Yeager driving recklessly. Despite his changing statements and delayed 911 calls, there may be some merit to the allegations against him in the road rage incident, given various factors. Now here's the next investigation. On July 16, 2019, Deborah Hamill, a 65-year-old grandmother, was stopped by Officer Massini from the Cashion Police Department. The reason for the stop was a broken taillight on her truck while she was driving in Cashion, Oklahoma. The subsequent exchange between them is recorded by Officer Massini's body camera. After Ms. Hamill declined to exit the vehicle, Officer Massini proceeded to remove her forcefully, resulting in her being thrown to the ground. He then made an attempt to handcuff her. However, Ms. Hamill resisted by refusing to place her hands behind her back and kicking Officer Massini.
Okay, guys, it's been like that.
Probably about 6 months.
Oh, okay. Well, you've had plenty of time to get it fixed.
I've driven it up here a lot.
Live here in town?
No, my name's Hamill. I live out on Highway 74.
Hamill, huh?
Yeah, Hamill, huh?
Related to Hank?
I'm his mother.
Oh, okay. Yeah, busted taillight seems to be a pattern with the Hamills.
Well, y'all had a headlight out on one of your cop cars the other night.
We did?
Mm-hmm.
In response, Officer Massini backed away and drew his taser. When Ms. Hamill tried to stand up, he discharged the taser, invoking Section 643 of the situation. Ms. Hamill was informed that her decision to flee had exacerbated her legal predicament. Subsequently, she faced charges of eluding, resisting arrest, obstructing law enforcement, and assault and battery on an officer.
Just looking for it.
Can you at least get the light?
They've got lights on them, don't they? They do have lights in them, and they do work.
Well,
because-
it's broken.
Yeah, I know it's
So
broken.
if you hit your brake lights, that white bulb's going to blind somebody at night.
Oh, okay. Well, can I put red tape on it? Will that work?
Yeah, but I don't think red tape's going to help you there. You don't have enough plastic to tape over.
Well, you know, I kind of hate to buy one if I'm going to get the whole bed and it's going to have everything on it.
I got you.
You know, I just don't want to spend the money.
I understand.
And, you know, I don't drive it to Texas. I don't drive it in the city. I go to Guthrie and Kingfisher. I'm going right now to check on cattle.
Okay. Well, I did issue for a defective equipment. It's $80. You have till September 16th.
In this scenario, it is evident that at least one of Ms. Hamill's kicks connected with Officer Massini's leg, an action that a court would likely categorize as both an assault and a battery resulting in harm. Following her arrest, Ms. Hamill declined medical attention but was taken to the ER for assessment before being sent to jail. Court records reveal that she was charged with assault and battery on a police officer, resisting arrest, obstructing law enforcement, and operating a vehicle with defective equipment. She pleaded guilty to the misdemeanor charges, with a felony charge dropped as part of a plea deal. Ms. Hamill received a 4-year deferred sentence and was fined $50 for each count.
God!
Do not take off.
Shut up and give me that and I'll sign it.
Step out.
No.
We're beyond that.
Do you want me
Step
to...
out. 305 dispatch. Got one taken off. See your ass! Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get out of the car!
You're not going to do that to me.
Get out of the car!
You're not going to do that to me.
Get out of the car!
After her arrest, body camera footage circulated on social media, leading to a city council meeting with over 50 attendees discussing the incident. Some supported the police department, while others protested Ms. Hamill's treatment. Ms. Hamill's attorney criticized Officer Massini's actions as unnecessary and tormenting, suggesting potential legal actions. Officer Massini was graded a C- for his professional demeanor, but also criticized for using a taser on an elderly woman. While his actions might be legally defensible, it was deemed excessive. Ms. Hamill received an F for non-compliance, attempting to flee and resisting arrest. Despite reservations about the taser use, her conduct created a constitutional basis for it. Choosing not to contest the citation resulted in multiple convictions on her record instead of addressing the issue legally. Now let's move on to the next investigation where an officer gets suspended.
Star EMS. Taser deployed. One female. Custody. Why didn't you just sign the damn ticket?
Because I felt like you would be clear with me because I have been in town forever with his thing
when I go through and get a damn thing for her.
Do you realize you just got yourself in a whole lot more trouble?
On the morning of April 19, 2023, Officer Scott Harrell from the Texas City Police Department approached driver Christopher Scholl at a pump within a Buc-ee's gas station. Officer Harrell alleged that Scholl had swiftly maneuvered through parking spaces, prompting a white truck to abruptly brake in order to avert a potential collision. The ensuing exchange between the two was recorded by Officer Harrell's body camera. Officer Harrell remarked that if he had not already exhausted his supply of tickets, he would issue Mr. Shaw a citation for disregarding a traffic control device. This statement was made despite the fact that the reported infraction took place on private property.
The reason why you felt you needed to come through the parking lot like that?
I didn't think I did anything wrong. I just came over to get gas.
You were speeding and you cut through parking spaces. You know you can't do that.
I didn't think I was doing anything, man.
You
all
whooped
I
around.
was coming to get gas.
Yeah. Oh, are we gonna go back and forth, or are you just gonna?
You asked me a question. You want me to answer it or not? I'm not. If anything, I thought I was going even slower than normal.
No, sir.
Because normally people don't even park where you park, and that's the direct path to the gas pump.
You almost hit that car that was turning right there. I was watching, man. As soon
didn't
as you
almost
cut
hit
in front of me
anybody.
like that, I was like
Okay.
looking and I watched it happen. So
I come here every day. There's almost never, ever anybody. So yeah, I go through there because it's the straight path.
On April 19, 2023, Officer Scott Harrell of the Texas City Police Department approached Christopher Scholl at a Buc-ee's gas station, accusing him of driving recklessly through parking spaces, causing another vehicle to brake suddenly. After being cited and released, Scholl obtained body camera footage and posted it on his YouTube channel, which gained traction on other platforms. In response to public backlash, Texas City Police Chief Joe Stanton announced an internal investigation by the Office of Professional Standards into Harrell's conduct, with the potential for criminal charges.
Every day when I come through.
okay, look, I'm not gonna write you tickets, but the only reason I'm not writing you tickets is because I'm out of tickets right now. Okay, otherwise you would be receiving a citation.
For what? What would be the citation? I'm just curious.
Disregarding traffic control device.
On private property?
Yes.
Okay.
You still can't do that.
Harrell was placed on administrative duties during the inquiry. Scholl's citation was later dismissed, and he revealed plans for civil action against the department through online campaigns. While the surveillance footage remains undisclosed, Scholl's actions were commended for complying with Harrell's orders while respectfully dissenting.
So, I'm not going to write your ticket.
I hear you, man. I
But
understand.
I don't appreciate the attitude. Two, I get it. You're upset. Nobody likes cops pulling up on them. Nobody likes it. Okay, but you know you did wrong. You know you're not supposed to cut through the parking lot. And instead of being like, "Oh yeah, I messed up. Sorry, it won't happen again," you want to sit here and go back and forth with them.
There's a lot better things than this to be doing for you. Man.
You're right. I was working on a
You
report.
can be over here, and there's people right now running 90 miles an hour on the thing.
You want to go to jail?
So
you want to go to jail? You could go to jail for this.
you can do what you want to do. I can't stop.
I don't want to take you to jail.
No.
That is definitely a waste of my time. Okay, but the attitude is not necessary.
I agree.
That's on your part, sir. I haven't been rude to you at all. I will get in trouble. You go file a complaint, get me in trouble. Write me up.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
All right, well, I'll make sure that I'm there all the time. If I see it happen again, then we'll go from there, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I'll look that law up on private property too. I don't believe you'd have the authority to do anything here on this parking lot like that.
I could also take you to jail for Class B reckless driving because you did almost hit that car.
The encounter highlighted the complex interplay between free speech rights and lawful arrests. The incident underlined concerns about retaliatory arrests and Supreme Court precedent's impact on individuals seeking justice.
You can do what you want to do, Harold. I can't stop you. If you want to be this way, then that's up to you. I'm trying to be a reasonable
Are you
person.
having a bad day,
I
sir?
think
Is there a reason why you're
No,
acting like
I'm
this?
having a bad day because
Have I raised my
you're
voice to you
doing
at
this
all?
to me. I think this whole thing is ridiculous.
What do you think is ridiculous?
That we're even talking about nothing happened. And here we are talking, and you're threatening to take me to jail.
No, I'm
And
just
so I
advising you
shouldn't
that
be getting
it's an option.
upset?
I don't call it a threat, sir.
No,
an
it's a
option.
threat. That is a threat. You're threatening me under color law now to take something on private
Color of
property,
law
which I don't believe you even have the authority to do.
It's a
But now you
dictionary
want
term, sir.
Okay.
It comes from Black Law's
No, it's
dictionary.
not. It's a Class A misdemeanor for you to threaten to arrest me over something that you know is not really true. But that's okay.
What's the penal code on that, sir?
The commentary supported Scholl's decision to legally challenge Harrell's conduct and encouraged him to persist in pursuing a civil lawsuit.
Oh, this is a problem.
How's it a problem?
I feel
How's
like
this
you're
a
going
problem?
to continue to commit these behaviors that are unsafe and put people at risk.
So
you
now
don't
we're
feel
going
like you
after
did
people
anything
for
wrong.
something that's possible they may do in the future. So we're playing Jean-Claude Van Damme future cop, and you need to stop me from something I may do in the future. That's now your position.
What is the law designed to do, sir?
Oh, I know you want
designed to
compliance.
stop people from doing things that they're not supposed to be doing.
I know you want voluntary compliance.
Okay, go ahead and put your hands on your back.
Wow.
It emphasized the importance of respectful communication and lawful conduct in encounters with law enforcement.
From protecting civilians from criminals to becoming the criminal, some cops have been caught cheating their own jobs. The public's confidence in law enforcement is damaged by these dirty cops, which makes it more difficult for good police officers to carry out their duties efficiently. So, what are the worst crimes cops have committed? Get ready to be shocked after finding out what these dirty cops have done. First, let's discuss the story of Rafael Antonio Perez. Rafael was given a job of protecting the public by lawfully dismantling gangs. Instead, he and numerous other officers from the Rampart Division of the Los Angeles Police Department conned gang members out of drugs and cash, while also stealing and manipulating police evidence. When Perez joined the LAPD's Community Resources Against Street Hoodlums or Crash Anti-Gang Task Force, in 1995, he quickly developed a reputation as a tough cop who had a good understanding of the situations in the areas west of downtown Los Angeles that were within Rampart's jurisdiction. But by August 1998, he had been imprisoned for stealing cocaine worth $800,000 from an evidence room. And by the year 2000, he had entered into a plea agreement and accused 70 of his colleagues, crash officers, of misbehavior, ranging from ingesting alcohol while on the job to murder. The city was compelled to overturn 100 wrongful convictions and make $125 million in settlement payments as a result. So, how did Rafael Perez and his top gang-fighting squad end up being held accountable for the largest police scandal in Los Angeles history? In response to a rise in the drug trade and associated gang violence, the LAPD established a specialist anti-gang task force called CRASH in 1979. The Rampart CRASH unit would represent the ideology of specialized police units that function almost independently. However, CRASH represented one front in a brutal conflict for police like Rafael Perez, who joined the task team in 1995. His reputation as a street-smart, tough cop eventually led to his transfer to Rampart Division's undercover drug team. Perez was given the duty of taking down the gangs, and both his demeanor and his ability to speak Spanish well complemented this role. Like many other young police officers, Perez experienced an adrenaline high when purchasing drugs from street vendors and reveled in his position of control. Perez thought he had discovered his niche and disregarded advice from a colleague that he loved working with drugs too much. He got involved in a lot of corrupt acts in the late 1990s, such as stealing cocaine from evidence lockers and profitably selling it. Additionally, he drugged suspects and lied in court to get them convicted. After Perez was caught stealing cocaine from the LAPD's evidence room in 1998, his activities were discovered. After being detained and accused of stealing drugs, he started working with the authorities right away in exchange for a lighter sentence. Due to Perez's assistance, a much wider LAPD police corruption scandal was uncovered. He disclosed that other crash unit officers had also engaged in criminal activity, such as fabricating evidence, robbing suspects of cash and drugs, and planting evidence. Intense pressure was placed on the LAPD as more police personnel were linked to the scam as the inquiry went on. The controversy prompted considerable adjustments to the department's rules and procedures, including the creation of new oversight structures to guarantee increased accountability and openness. It was one of the biggest police corruption scandals in American history and was dubbed the Rampart Scandal. Perez received a 5-year prison term for his involvement in the corruption case. He was nevertheless only imprisoned for 2 years before being freed and put in the witness protection program out of fear for his safety. Do you think Perez should have been let go after just 2 years? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Next, let's check out the criminal duo who were dubbed the Mafia Cops. Agents from the DEA and FBI conducted a raid on an Italian eatery off the Las Vegas Strip in 2005. On the basis of drug deal evidence acquired by a wired-up witness, they detained 2 middle-aged men. Both suspects were calmly taken into custody, one of whom had a pistol concealed in his waistband. Yet, the later unsealed indictment against the two men would undermine public trust in New York and bring shame on the country's largest police force. Detectives Louis Eppolito and Stephen Caracappa of the NYPD's Organized Crime Homicide Unit were, in fact, hitmen for the Mafia. In 1994, the first informant who could characterize two corrupt NYPD detectives working for the Mafia came forward. Prisoned Lucchese underboss Anthony Gaspipe Casso claimed responsibility for hiring their services. After being apprehended in 1993 after being on the run, Casso made an effort to negotiate a plea agreement by naming people and claimed that Caracappa and Eppolito were his crystal ball for handling informants, rivals, and potential arrests. One witness, Kaplan, testified to the most horrific instances of the mob cops crossing the line, setting up Eppolito and Caracappa to personally murder or give over for the Lucchese family's murder targets through phony arrests and traffic stops. The two detectives received a monthly salary of $4,000 for giving Casso information about law enforcement. They were paid extra for killing jobs, including $70,000 for a hit on Gambino crime family leader Eddie Lino, who was thought to have been responsible for a botched assassination attempt on Casso. In April 2006, a Brooklyn federal court jury determined that the duo was accountable for 8 homicides, kidnappings, and other crimes. Eppolito was found guilty on 1 count of ERIC, conspiracy money laundering, drug distribution, and drug conspiracy. Caracappa was found guilty on 1 count of RICO conspiracy. Caracappa, along with Louis Eppolito, were sentenced to life in prison in 2009 for the 8 executions they committed between 1986 and 1986 and 1991. Caracappa got an additional 80-year prison sentence and was issued $4.25 million in fine. The next case will shock you more. It's about the most crooked cop in NYPD history. Officer Michael Dowd testified with striking candor before a panel looking into corruption in the New York Police Department in late September 1993. In his testimony to the Mullen Commission, Mr. Dowd described his decade-long transformation from an honorable rookie in the violent 75th Precinct in East New York, Brooklyn, to what one federal agent termed a once-in-a-generation corrupt cop. When crack cocaine first hit the streets in 1982, Michael Dowd joined the New York Police Department. He was in charge of East New York's 75th Precinct, which had the second highest murder rate in the city, with more than 100 homicides annually. But Mike Dowd soon realized how lucrative the drug trade was in comparison to his $600 weekly paycheck. He first only took money from crime scenes. Yet, when his behavior was left unchecked, he started robbing drug dealers and doing his own drug peddling. By 1986, he had begun working for cocaine trafficker Adam Diaz, who earned $1 million weekly. Dowd was paid generously by Diaz to inform him of impending raids and transport his drugs throughout the city. Diaz wanted an insider to alert him to potential threats since he used East New York supermarkets as fronts for his profitable cocaine activities. He paid Dowd $24,000 and $8,000 weekly pay to buy him out. So, whose story do you think was the most notorious? Let us know in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe.